Edwin Frondozo on the Business Leadership Podcast every week for a unique program featuring insights and actionable items from the world's most successful business leaders. Hear firsthand the exclusive interviews and personal journeys on how today's transformational leaders made it to the top.
Hey everybody, it's me, it's Edwin, and thank you for joining me on the Business Leadership Podcast. Happy New Year's, everyone. It's episode number 1 of 2018, so welcome to the new year. I hope you're all rested. This is a brand new slate. We have many things to do this year, but again, I'm still here in Slovakia. I'm spending the much needed time recouping and preparing for the new year, having good times with family and friends. So I wanted to take this time and the opportunity to share with you a couple of episodes from last year that really hit home and the essence of this podcast. But before doing so, I'm excited for this year. We have a number of things planned for growing the show, but we've been asked by many listeners if they can call in to ask a specific question. So what we're thinking, and maybe you could give me more feedback and which way to go, is setting up an actual voice box where you can leave a specific question. Would play it back on the episode and answer it for the other listeners, because if you have that question, I'm sure other listeners may as well. So let me know what you think about that. What would you like to see? Maybe you could send me a message on social media. I'm just playing this by ear. Let's use hashtag TBL podcast, the Business Leadership Podcast. Of course, you could also send me a direct email to edwin@thebusinessleadership.com. So looking back at 2017, I produced 41 episodes, 41 amazing business leaders, and it was really hard for me to some impactful episodes that I had, because everyone has a special story of how they got to where they were, whether they're leading small organization or multinational companies. What are the small things they did to get there, how they improved, themselves as well. Number 1 I want to bring up was episode number 5. It was with Hamza Tehrani. He's the CEO at Compass Digital Labs and president of the CIO Association of Canada. When in our discussion, he talked about when he realized that if he merged technology and business problems, he could really improve and provide value to the companies. So within his new company, when he changed companies and he was new to the organization, he ended up interviewing all the directors, all the mid-tier management, and asked them, what are your goals and how can I help you? And just imagine that impact. If you're a manager and you have this young person coming to you and asking you what your goals are, of course you want to tell them your goals, and if someone's going to help you achieve your goals, you're going to definitely give them some respect, some visibility within the organization. So if you're listening to that and you're thinking about what can I do this year, whether you're working in a multinational organization or you're an entrepreneur, ask people what their goals are. Ask your management team, what are your goals? How can I help you? If you're an entrepreneur, ask your clients, what are your goals this year? And how can I help you achieve that? Just having that discussion with anyone of importance within your business lifestyle will improve you, will give you insight of where to go, where to take the next steps. Episode 18, I had Jeff Cates. He's the president and CEO at Intuit Canada. And I loved speaking with Jeff because he worked with many multinational brands like Apple, Intuit. He was at HP as well. And his current role at Intuit Canada, they've been winning Best Workplace. So he talks about caring about what people care about. They have so many clubs, personal interest clubs. They're making sure people have that discussion and just creating an ecosystem inside the company where people just love to go to work. So if you have these clubs and you're making relationships with people in your organizations that are not just about work, because you are spending more than 40 hours at work with these people, you want to connect on a personal level. So creating that culture, that ethos of shared interests, it was really key. I know he goes through in that interview, again, it was episode 18, what else they've done to help improve the culture, because for many times they were on that list, but they were a bit lower. And the year before they got number one, he was like, you know what? We actually had to close down an office. We had to let thousands of people go in one city so we could create a better environment for our customers. And we were still able to jump to number one. So you have to listen to that episode. It was amazing. Great insight as well. The last episode I want to mention is episode 29 with Kirsten Stewart. Kirsten Stewart right now is the Chief Strategy Officer at Diply. It's a worldwide internet media company. Before that, she was leading Twitter Canada. And even before that, she was head of CBC programming, both French and English. So not only that, she's a woman. She understands how to lead companies. And really starting from the bottom. I mean, in her interview, in her conversation, she talks about where she started. She started from the bottom, literally, as a Girl Friday to leading national and global organizations. We really talk about what keeps her moving. I mean, she left seemingly an amazing head of CBC to an internet company. So switching from traditional media to new media and now really leading that and why she took the risk or that opportunity to move, to reinvent herself every 3 to 5 years. She even talks about how she wrote a book about our term and really elevating women and women leadership positions. So it's something that I really highly recommend that you should listen to amongst any other of the episodes that we had. Again, thank you for listening to the Business Leadership Podcast. I'm really excited for 2018, for the platform to grow. I'm probably going to be experimenting on a number of things, different segments, different fun things to do, and really engage what you, the listeners, want. So again, Happy New Year's. I'll see you all next week with a new episode. Edwin signing off.
Thank you for listening to the Business Leadership Podcast at thebusinessleadership.com.